Hello, everybody. Welcome to Also Rusty Buckets. Today, I slept through 3 alarms when I was supposed to wake up at about 1 o'clock p.m. because I'm a degenerate, but then I woke up at 4 p.m., which made me feel like even more of a degenerate. So, that wasn't great, and as a result, I had to upload my NBA video really late and uh, podcast tomorrow, and I was behind recording deep dive stuff, and I didn't do my taxes today, which I've been pushing off for a week anyway. So, my life is a fucking mess. Anyways, let's talk about basketball today. Real quick, actually, before we talk about actual basketball, I want to talk about a stupid fucking debate that happened on Twitter today, which was LaMelo versus Melo. And it was not a conversation of who is the better basketball player, like LaMelo now versus all-time Melo, or current Melo versus LaMelo, where that's obviously not a competition. This was a conversation over whether or not a guy named LaMelo Ball was allowed to be called Melo. I'm not joking. This is something that people are actually passionate about. This is something that people actually think is a worthwhile debate to have. The guy has Melo in his name, so calling him Melo is perfectly fine. If the first thing you think of is when someone says Melo is Carmelo Anthony, that's perfectly fine. I mean, for me, the first thing I think of is Carmelo Anthony, just because I've seen at least half of Carmelo Anthony's career. I've been watching since 2012, so pretty much ever since he became a Knick, ever till now. So, I mean, yeah, I think of Carmelo Anthony when I hear the word Melo, but it's fine to call him Melo because his name is LaMelo. Are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you? This was something that people were really getting angry about on Twitter. Like, when you say Melo, you better be talking about Carmelo Anthony, not LaMelo Ball. No, call him what people call him. He's been called Melo by his family for like his entire life. He has Melo in his name. Like, are we gonna not call Michael Jackson MJ because Michael Jordan is called MJ? Are we going to not call Chris Bosh because, we already call Chris Paul? He has to be Christopher Bosh. Like, that's so fucking stupid. Just because Melo is unique does not mean you cannot call someone else that. Like, it's a unique name. Like, Kobe is a unique name. So are we going to not call Kobe White? Like, I understand that's a full name versus abbreviation, but still, like, it's just stop being a fucking child. Like, you're what's funny is the people who are calling people who call LaMelo Melo, they're calling them childish, but you're the one who's being fucking childish. Grow the fuck up. Two people can have the same name. Don't be stupid. It's not hard to differentiate the two. Differentiate. Whatever. You know what I mean. I just can't talk. Anyways, that's a stupid thing that Twitter was arguing about, and I felt like talking about. I may or may not make that the title of this video. It'll either be about him or Ben Simmons. So let's talk about Ben Simmons, actually. He had, I think the end box score was 42 points today. I don't know if that's his career high. I feel like it is. I'm actually... Okay, fuck you, NBA app. It's like trying to advertise shit to me right now when I'm trying to pull up a box score. No one asked for your fucking League Pass advertisement. I'm going to look at illegal streams and instead. It's much cheaper and it's way fucking better. Okay, 42 points, 15 for 26 shooting, 58% from the field overall, 12 assists, 9 rebounds, nearly a 40-point triple-double for Ben Simmons. And if I look up Ben Simmons' career high, one memento, career high points. 34. So yes, this was definitely his career high with 42. So the title of this video, if I make it about Ben Simmons, is that Ben Simmons could do this frequently. Not average 42 points per game, obviously, but it was the way that he played today. So Ben, obviously, as you would expect, which, to get a guy to shoot 26 shots in a game and get to the free throw line as much as he did, he got to the line. He got 13 free throw attempts and he only missed one. That's really a big anomaly because Ben's not a good free throw shooter. So to shoot 92% on 13 attempts is pretty fucking good. He was just so much more aggressive in this game. First, he's more aggressive. Second, and don't want to pull the, hey, look at me, I'm a genius card here. I was so right. But he was being utilized like a big man quite a bit in this game. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say is that Ben Simmons was utilized in the pick and roll. He was playmaking out of the pick and roll, getting easy plays out of it, going one-on-one versus Rudy Gobert and getting by him just because he's so much faster. I mean, I may or may not have made a Sixers My NBA series where I play Ben Simmons at center and use him as a pick and roll threat primarily. But, we don't need to talk about that. So Ben Simmons, fucking awesome in this game. Thing is, though, there's people talking about whether or not this is going to be a turning point for Ben. I have my doubts because Joel Embiid did not play in this game, and I feel like that was the only reason why this happened. Now, to be fair, Ben Simmons has played games without Joel Embiid in the past, and he did not step up. And this could be an argument that, hey, at least he knew to step up this time around. But, I mean, I still don't think Ben's going to be more than an 18-point per game scorer, which is I think his peak has been 16, 17. In order for him to be like a 23-point per game guy, he has to have such a massive mindset shift, and it doesn't seem like he has that. Like Ben, even though he can't shoot, he should be able to drive to the basket enough times per game to average 24, but he just doesn't. So, Ben Simmons is a rough cookie to crack, tough cookie to crack. I don't know what the fucking expression is, but hopefully we see more from Ben, more stuff like this from Ben Simmons. Hopefully this is a sign from Doc Rivers to use Ben as a big man more often. Obviously, you can't do it to the fullest extent next to Joel Embiid, but at least in spots, that's definitely something that can be done. Ben Simmons just awesome in this game. Now, the Jazz still won this one because there was another player who was awesome in this one. I believe he finished with 40 points as well, and that was Jordan Clarkson, who did finish with 40 points exactly. Shot 8 for 13 from 3, 13 for 20 from the field. Very, very good game from Jordan Clarkson. He is basically a disciple of Lou Williams and Jamal Crawford, a very similar player, although I think he's definitely more efficient than those two, especially overrated-ass Jamal Crawford. So that was the Jazz versus Sixers game. What I did find interesting was that the Sixers scored 42 in the first quarter, and the Jazz are the number 2 defense in the league. Probably not now, but they were number 2 in defensive rating before this, so that's definitely something. And also another interesting thing here is that Mike Scott got the start. He only played 16 minutes, but he was 2 for 2 from 3, and I think Mike Scott's a decent role player, and he's just cut out of the rotation for the Sixers. So, shout out to Mike Scott, I guess. Also, this was not basketball related, but at the third quarter of this game, the Jazz commentators had an interview with the Jazz owner, who I'll give him this. He seems like a nice guy. Like, he seems like cool. But he had this segment about how there are Jazz fans in the arena and all the health protocols they're doing. First of all, I don't care how many protocols you're doing. I think that's irresponsible. But even if he wasn't, like, he said in this that he feels more safe in the arena at these games than he does at the grocery store. Bro, come on. You're like, a billionaire or something close to it if you own the Utah Jazz. So, I mean, can you just not pretend like you go to the grocery store? Because let's be real, you don't go to the grocery store. Like, even my family doesn't go to the grocery store that often because we just deliver, like, through the app. Like, you can order the food and just pick it up there and not actually go in the grocery store. So even normal people don't have to go in the grocery store. So I know a fucking billionaire isn't, and you don't have to pretend like you are. But anyways, that's just a dumb fucking thing. So yeah, other notes from this game. I love Dwight Howard on the Sixers. Tobias Harris has been great for the Sixers this year. If I pull up his stats from this one, he had 36. God damn. I didn't realize he played that well. But he was definitely playing well in this one. But that's about it for this game. I just want to see more from Ben Simmons. So Heat versus Clippers, my notes here did not end up being very good because I was doing yet another locker room session for the second half of this game, talking to subscribers in there, watching the game live with them. Again, go check out me on Locker Room and come join those rooms. It's fun. If you want to have a conversation with me while talking basketball, watching basketball, it's a fun ass thing to do. But yeah, so this game, Clippers did not have Paul George or Kawhi Leonard, and the Heat lost. You might be wondering, oh, well, did the Heat not have Jimmy or Bam or something like that? No, they didn't have, or they did have both of them, and they didn't have Dragic, I believe. Like, I'm 99% sure they didn't have Dragic. I'm gonna look real stupid if they had Dragic, but I'm like so confident they didn't have Dragic. Yeah, they didn't because he's had injury stuff this year. Um, they lost this game to Marcus Morris, and I don't even know what the guy's first name is. The coffee guy. His name is it Adam Coffee? It's Amir Coffee. He had 15 points off of the bench, so good for him. Zubac, 22 points on 9 for 11 shooting. I put one of my first notes here was Zubac is slept on. He's just a very solid center. Yeah, this one is ugly. This is just an ugly game for the Heat. A couple of notes that I had in my head that I didn't actually write down for the Miami Heat. Bam Adebayo, I've had this thing that I've noticed. He sometimes is caught out of position in the paint, and I understand that Bam is a very good perimeter defender for a center, but sometimes I feel like his instinct isn't as heavy to protect the rim as it should be. Now, Bam is one of the best defensive players in the NBA, so you can only be so critical. I would just say that Bam needs to make sure that he is prioritizing protecting the basket over literally anything else, because there are plays where he is caught not prioritizing that, and it ends poorly. There was a play where Zubac found a guy cutting back door, and Zubac is not like a good passer. So the fact that he had the vision to see that shows just how open the paint was. And Bam was like at the top of the key on the 3-point line, and he wasn't defending some ridiculous 3-point shooter. So yeah, Bam, start defending the paint a little bit more heavily. Other than that, for the Heat, just in general, I think they now fall to like 11-16 or something like that. Fucking Face ID. Jimmy, the thing is that it's not that they're necessarily even playing all that poorly, because Jimmy had a 30-point triple-double here. Bam had 27, 12, and 7 on 12 for 15 shooting. Duncan Robinson played poorly here. Kendrick Nunn played poorly here. Tyler Hero, though, good game from him. 27 points off of the bench, 4 3-pointers. I don't know, man. There's just something wrong with the Heat. And I don't have an exact pinpoint reason other than the fact that they have been hurt. But other than Dragic, which I'll admit is a big part of this team has been fine. Or not fine. But like they've had Jimmy for the past couple of games, and Bam has been there as well, and they've still struggled. So the Heat, I'm doing a video on the Heat tomorrow. They're certainly an interesting case in the league right now, but that's what I have to say for that one. Last game I have to talk about is Bulls versus Pacers. So for those of you who don't give a shit about the Bulls, now would be a great time to tune out. But for those who want to hear me rant, first, we won this game, so I'm not going to rant too much. But Wendell came back this game, and what do you know? I was fucking right that Wendell is way better than Daniel Gafford. But on the opposite end of that spectrum, why the fuck did Daniel Gafford not play in this game at all? And that's not me saying that, it's not like Wendell played the whole game, because he was on basically a minutes restriction. I believe he played 21 minutes this game. Let me pull up the box score. He played no minutes in this game, or he might have played like a very brief amount of. No, he played 0 minutes. Luke Cornett, 9 minutes in this game, and I tell you what, some of the ugliest 9 minutes I've ever seen in my fucking life. Luke Cornett went 0 for 5 from 3. That's what he contributed today, and I'll tell you this. Not a single one of those threes looked like they were going in. Every single one of them was short or just way off, period. So that was not good. Daniel Gafford I don't think is that amazing, but he's better than Luke Cornett. Daniel Gafford is an NBA player. Luke Cornett is not. And Wendell is awesome, but, he's not, what am I trying to say here? Like, it's not like if you get Wendell, that means it's okay to play Cornett over Gafford. Play Gafford. I don't want this to go in the opposite end, but Wendell was fantastic this game. His numbers are not all that amazing. 11 and 9 in 21 minutes is pretty damn good, and he shot 5 for 7. He did, though, have 5 fouls. Now, I will say some of these fouls were fucking bullshit. I think 2 of them in particular was like literally no foul there whatsoever. There was one scoop shot by Sabonis late on the shot clock. I was like, he didn't foul him whatsoever. So that play, stupid foul. That should not have been called. Other than that, great game from him. He was efficient on offense, played good defense. Sabonis, this is an ugly fucking game for Domantas Sabonis. So, he did shoot 14 free throws, and he probably in the efficiency department doesn't look that bad, but my God, left leg coming. He was whiffing these layups, especially late in this game. In the last minute of this game, Sabonis missed two layups, point blank. Both of them went in and out. That was hideous. And honestly, I have to say thank you to Domantas Sabonis for missing those layups, because otherwise the Bulls would have lost this game. So Sabonis had a rough game. Part of that was a great defense from Wendell. I also do feel the need to mention the Bulls, one game out from being tied for the 8th seed. And they also currently have a better record than the Miami Heat. So, just saying. Other than that, other notes to make about this game. It was nice to see Jeremy Lamb back. I think I saw him another game, but I didn't make that note last time. That's right. Luke Cornett fucking sucks. Yeah, I already kind of went over that. Bulls bench versus starters. That I just sound like I had a stroke there. I might make a video dedicated to this. Probably not on the main channel, but maybe something like this for another Bulls game later. The bench unit on this team is so much better than the starters. Like, if you look at the net rating, the full starting lineup versus some of the starters like Zach LaVine and Wendell mixed in with the bench players that are so good. Like, this team is not basically the point I'm making is the young guys on this team really are not contributing to winning all that much, and the bench unit really is, because there's a good amount of vets here. We have Thad Young, Garrett Temple, Satoransky, and it's kind of making me think, should we just give up on some of these young guys and just go fully and like getting veterans on this team and like just building around Zach LaVine? Like, I understand the ceiling of a team built around Zach LaVine is not a championship contender, but with what I've seen from Zach LaVine this year, my perception has been warped too. It's good enough to be a very good team. So I would personally, like, Patrick Williams and Wendell are the only two young players I would continue to mess around with. Kobe White, Lauri Markkanen, they can go. I'm sorry. They can go. I'm fine with them being gone. And in fact, I'd probably lean towards I want them to be gone. Trade for Lonzo Ball, who's obviously not a veteran, but that's pretty much the only non-veteran I'd want this team to pursue. Otto Porter, if he can stay healthy. Like, this team is just, it can be so much better than it is, because Zach LaVine is as good as he is. And I would like to, make Zach LaVine happy so he sticks around here for a long time, because he's going to be an unrestricted free agent in 2 years. But yeah, that's what I have to say for the most part of this game. Oh, let me talk about the end of this game. Zach LaVine got a dunk, or not a dunk, a layup over Miles Turner, and he thought he got fouled, and angrily, he slapped his hand after the layup went in. And that was called a technical foul. And the Pacers got free throws out of that and then scored off of that, which was a huge swing, which ended up being the reason why this game went into overtime. Fuck that. Just all the way fuck that. Technical fouls are almost always stupid when it comes to just a player trash talking or talking to a ref. Basically, unless the player is getting physically aggressive or just saying outlandish shit, let them do it. No NBA fan has a problem with trash talk. Not a single one. Unless they're a fucking baby. In which case, stop being a baby. Stop doing that. It just shouldn't be a thing. Zach hit a nasty 3 over Sabonis. I was initially mad at this because I was like, I was thinking like, Zach, drive. And then I was like, oh no, he's going to shoot a 3-pointer. And he shot a 3-pointer over Sabonis, and it went in. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I can't be that mad. But when you watch the replay, it's like, Zach, you could have got by Sabonis, and you would have had a wide open lane. It would have been a much easier shot, but fuck it. It went in, so I won't be too mad. After Sabonis missed a second layup in a row, Zach missed a free throw, which resulted in just a 2-point lead. Brogdon tied it up. In the late game, this is something I've always complained about. This video is pushing 20 minutes. Jesus Christ. Zach LaVine took a pull-up mid-range shot that was contested to close the game. Why do possessions in the NBA always devolve into that? I'm not going to go down that whole rabbit hole because this video is already so fucking long. Overtime, Thaddeus Young dominated. He did all the little things in this one. He got a tip play. He got a offensive rebound. He drew a charge. He got a really good stop. He grabbed more rebounds. I think he had a good pass as well in that overtime. He just killed it. And the vets on this team. Garrett Temple is awesome on this team. Anyways, that's all I had to say, which is apparently a lot because this video is 20 fucking minutes. Anyways, new Sixers My NBA video. Go watch that. Is there anything else? Nope. Yeah, bye.